Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the Eldeco Housing Industries Limited Q3 and 9 months FY2024 earnings conference call. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in a listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star and 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Abhishek Bhatt from E&Y Investor Relations. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you, and good afternoon, everyone, for joining us on the call. Before we proceed to the call, let me remind you that today's discussion will contain forward-looking statements that may involve known and unknown risks, uncertainties, and other factors. It must be viewed in conjunction with the business risks that could cause further future results. Performance or achievement differ significantly from what is expressed and implied by such forward-looking statements. Please note, the results and presentation are available on the exchanges and our company's website. Should you need any assistance to receive them, you can write to us and we'll be happy to send them over. Today, we have on call senior management of Eldeco Housing and Industries Limited, which is represented by Mr. Pankaj Bajaj, Chairman and Managing Director, Mr. Manish Jaiswal, Group CEO, Mr. Sanjay Agarwal, Group President, Accounts and Taxation. We will begin with the highlights of the quarter, followed by Q&A. Now, I would like to hand over the call to Mr. Pankaj Bajaj for his opening remarks. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Abhishek. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today on the earnings call to discuss our company's performance during the third quarter and 9 months ended 31st December 2024. I'm pleased to report that our company has continued to maintain its steady performance during this period. Much like the rest of the country, the Lucknow real estate market has seen an upsurge in demand with a shortage of fresh design launches. So this quarter, we were able to clock decent numbers in fresh bookings and also some fresh business development. Moving to operational highlights, during the quarter, we received fresh bookings of about 2 lakh square feet and of 79.14 crores in value. Cumulatively, for the 9-month period ending 31st December 2023, the booking area stands at 3,22,831 square feet and of value rupees 135.24 crores. This represents an increase of 114% from the equivalent 9-month period ending 31st December 2022. During the quarter, we delivered 56,612 square feet to our customers. For the 9-month period ending 31st December 2023, this number is 1,53,158 square feet. We will be applying for completion certificates for 2 of our projects, Eldeco Interior and Eldeco Towers, in the current quarter or in the first quarter of the coming financial year. As you know, the future performance of the company depends on fresh business development and new launches. Now, turning our attention to our new launches, I'm happy to share that 2 of our major projects, Eldeco Trinity and Eldeco Interior Phase 2, have received approval from the Real Estate Regulatory Authority, that is RERA, affording us formal permission to launch the projects and commence things. Technical work has commenced on both sides after receiving all the approvals. During the quarter, we opened the booking for Eldeco Interior Phase 2 in the pre-launch stage and received 101 bookings translating to 128,450 square feet. I'm happy to report that subsequently, that is since January 1st, 2024, the sales momentum and pricing in this project have increased significantly, the details of which we will be able to share at the conclusion of this quarter. In Eldeco Trinity, our high-end project at a premium location in Lucknow, we are currently in the process of readying the site for launch. So even though we have RERA approval for commencement of bookings, we are delaying the launch probably to April this year so that we can present a proper customer experience to our client base. Further, I am pleased to announce the addition of 3 new land parcels to our portfolio. All 3 are currently in the land aggregation stage. We hope to conclude the land assembly and aggregation in these projects over the next 6 months and move on to the planning and approval stage thereafter. Spanning the 3 locations, we have acquired an additional 38 acres of land during the third quarter FY24, aggregating to total land acquisition of 63 acres in the 9-month period ended 31st March 2023. This expansion assures a continued pipeline of projects after the launch of Eldeco Imperial Phase 2 and Eldeco Trinity. Now moving on to our Q3 and 9-month FY24 financial performance. The consolidated revenue from operations was rupees 21.6 crores in the quarter 3 of financial year 24, compared to rupees 30 crores in the quarter 3 of FY23. During the 9-month period ended 31st December 2023, the revenue stood at 63.5 crores compared to 90 crores in the equivalent period the previous year. The recognized revenue in this period has been low as no major project has been completed in this period. As mentioned earlier, we hope to be able to apply for completion certificates for Eldeco Imperial Phase 1 and Eldeco Twin Towers in the coming months, which will lead to a bump up in the recognized revenue. Consolidated EBITDA was at rupees 9.3 crores in Q3 FY24 compared to 12.2 crores in Q3 FY23. EBITDA margin remains high at 42.9% in Q3 FY24 compared to 40.7% in Q3 FY23. The 9-month FY24 EBITDA was at rupees 24.5 crores compared to rupees 33.1 crores in 9 months FY23. EBITDA margins for 9 months FY24 stood at 38.6% compared to 36.6% in the period 9 months FY23. So you can see there is a marginal improvement in our margins. The company's consolidated profit after tax stood at rupees 8.1 crores in Q3 FY24 as compared to rupees 10.5 crores in Q3 FY23. During 9 months FY24, the PAT was at rupees 22.2 crores compared to rupees 29.5 crores in the 9-month period ended 31st March 2022. That completes our financial review. With this, I would like to open the floor for questions if there are any. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. We will now begin with the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on the touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. We take the first question from the line of Abhishek Agarwal from Jefferies Finmart. Please go ahead, sir.
Hello. Sir, my first question is, if we compare Lucknow to other cities, so how is the current demand scenario?
It's the same everywhere. I said it in my opening remarks. There is a upsurge in housing demand everywhere in the country, and that includes metros and tier 2 towns and tier 3 towns. And there is a shortage of supply because the approval process, the land assembly and everything is taking time all over the country. So that's why you're finding a huge reduction in inventory overhang everywhere. The same is the case in Lucknow. There's hardly any inventory and there's a lot of demand. So it's coupled with the general upcycle in the real estate industry. There's also the factor that Lucknow itself is developing very well as a city in terms of infrastructure, as we've been emphasizing in this calls. And there's also the tailwind of the state of UP, which has turned the corner and doing quite well now. So these 3 factors, there's a countrywide upsurge in real estate demand. There's something specific about UP and Lucknow. So all put together puts Lucknow in a very good place right now in terms of demand.
Okay, sir. So in the last call, you follow to this. Okay. So in last call, you have said that there is a demand supply gap. Okay. So now, how the current situation, as every player in Lucknow is facing the issue of slow approval. So are we able to meet the demand?
No, we are not able to meet the demand. The demand is much more than what we can meet. So the current situation is, as soon as you get all the approvals and you open your project for booking, it tends to get sold out. And that is happening all over the country. If you've been reading the newspapers and following the real estate market, the same is the case in Lucknow. So in the current quarter, we did Imperial Phase 2, and we had 100 bookings which we closed, and then we opened again in the current quarter, and the results I will share in the next phone call. But let me tell you, for every, if 100 bookings are being opened for sale, there are the demand for 200 right now.
Okay, great. And sir, last thing, can you give some light about the plan for FY25? How many square feet are we planning to deliver, or any booking guidance for FY25?
That, Abhishek, I would not like to give because we depend on a number of external factors. So I would like, the demand is not a issue, as I said right now, but the supply, which is not simply a question of buying land, but getting approvals also, which are beyond your control, the timelines of that. So I'm not going to put a number on how much approvals we are going to get. Definitely, I have shared projects where we have all the approvals in place, which is Eldeco Imperial Phase 2 and Trinity. Definitely, I think we should get handsome bookings there. But for the other projects which are in our presentation listed under the forthcoming project slide and our new land banks, I would not like to put a number there.
No issues, sir. That's from my end. All the best, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. The next question is from the line of Neha Sharma from Jet Giants. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Thanks for the opportunity. So I just have a few questions. What is the average realization for the quarter? It has come down approximately to 4,000 as compared to 4,700. So can you just explain the reasons behind the same?
Yeah, we will. I think it has got a little to do with the test marketing in Imperial and also the mix of inventory that is sold. Manish, my colleague, I think is there. I think he'll give you more detailed insight into that. Manish, are you there?
Yeah. So the average came down because when we pre-launched Imperial, we decided to pre-launch with more of plots and villas. But I think in January, the quarter starting January, more of villas have also been released in the market, and the average would definitely go up because more villas would also be sold now.
Okay. And one more question. So can you just provide an update on the approval part of the Trinity project?
Trinity, I mentioned we have all the approvals now. And I mentioned in the opening remarks, even though we have all the approvals, we are not open sales because we are ready the site right now. The sales gallery is under development. So we want to launch this project at a reasonably high price point. And we feel like, just delaying the launch a couple of months is not significant in the overall thing, as long as we can present a good customer experience to the client base. So I think we will, the approvals are all there. Work has come and set right. We are just readying the site experience for our customers. I think in March or April, we should be able to launch it.
Okay. That's it from me. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Before we take the next question, a reminder to all the participants, anyone who wishes to join the question queue, may press star and 1 on the touchtone telephone. The next question from the line of Poonam Mehta from Shah Investments. Please go ahead.
Hello. Thank you, sir, for the opportunity. Given the kind of market Lucknow is in terms of land prices, going forward, what do you think more launches of high-rise apartments or townships which will be more prominent? And how are we seeing the demand preference in Lucknow?
So traditionally, Eldeco has operated in both the segments, the horizontal township format as well as the vertical group housing segment. But going forward, I think that mix is going to go more towards group housing because simply because land assembly and has become such a tedious and process. There's more acceptance to group housing as a format. So last year, I think our mix was 80-20. 80% was township and 20% was group housing. But I think going forward, it may turn out to be 50-50.
Okay. And one more question, sir. Are we evaluating other opportunities in Raebareli and Sitapur as well?
No, not right now. If you've seen our presentation, we've done significant business development in Lucknow itself. So this year, immediately we are in Phase 2 and Trinity coming up, and then we have 3 more projects lined up where we have not disclosed the location yet because land aggregation is still going on. But I'm happy to report that all the land is approvable. It's zoned as residential and it is contiguous. So it may take time, but all these projects are going to come and significantly going to add to our pipeline and bottom line. So we don't have a BD problem as of today.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. With the next question from the line of Rohit Torati from Marshmallow Capital. Please go ahead, sir.
Thank you for the opportunity. So my first question is on the recent decision to shift our registered office to Haryana from UP. So could we discuss that more, please? Because given we are fully focused on Lucknow for now, keeping office in UP would make sense. So could you explain the rationale?
I think we explained it in our notes which we circulated. I personally in Delhi and top management, some of the corporate are simply an administrative decision. It's nothing to do with business strategy. It's just an administrative decision to keep the registered office in the NCR.
Okay. Understood. So, there is no intent of plan down the line for a reverse or anything of that sort. Given the upturn in the cycle, I just thought it would be a good time if one had to look at that strategy.
This suggestion has come many times. We continue to evaluate it. We'll definitely share with you if there's anything concrete and immediate to share.
Thank you for that. And my last question for now is, we've given an indication of how the launch is going. Phase 2 is launched in Imperial, then we have Trinity coming very soon. Is there a plan for launch? Is there a broad outline or plan for launch for the next financial year that you have?
We have shared an investor presentation in which we have forthcoming projects and land also. So apart from these two, definitely the land aggregation itself is going to actually be concluded in the next 4 months. And then we are going to move to the approval stage. So hopefully by the end of the next year, we should have, apart from Imperial 2 and Trinity, we should have launched another couple of projects.
Okay, so you mean to say that apart from Imperial 2 and Trinity in the next financial year,
2 more, yeah.
2 new projects.
Yeah.
Okay. And as of now, even next year or next 2-3 years, we look only at Lucknow and nothing anywhere else. Is that right?
Right now, our landlines are all in Lucknow. So we can only see what is, we can't keep pointing, but what is in hand is only Lucknow right now. And then, even if we just continue to focus on simply what we have and don't do any business development, the company size is going to increase significantly over the next couple of years. We just have to multiply our average realizations and see our land banks and our subsequent projects. This is enough business for the next 3-4 years in Lucknow. This is not to say that we may not look outside, but as of now, our business is only there.
Perfect. Thank you so much. It's always nice to see your answer in the call. Thank you for all that.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, if you wish to ask a question, you may press star and 1 on your touchtone telephone. Anyone who wishes to join the question queue may press star and one on their touchtone telephone. The next question is from the line of Priyank Gupta from Guardian Advisors Private Limited. Please go ahead, sir. Mr. Priyank, your line is talk mode, sir. Please go ahead with the question. Mr. Priyank, you may go ahead with the question, sir. As there is no response to the current question, we'll move on to the next question. The next question is from the line of Sri Sarat, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Good afternoon, sir. Thanks for the opportunity. So my question is, the UP government has designated specific lane passes and along with the Lucknow-Gorakhpur highway because of the high demand in Ayodhya's real estate sector. And also the property prices have risen by 5 to 10 times with the construction of Ram Mandir. So are we evaluating these opportunities and planning to expand our reach with full potential growth potential in the upcoming years?
So we are aware of what has happened in the Ayodhya real estate market, but Khushi, right now the upsurge is mostly for hotel inventory and not for residential demand is not there that much. The residential demand is function demand. Once what is expected is that a lot of religious tourism is going to happen in Ayodhya. So for that, you immediately need a lot of hotel inventory and a lot of hotel companies are gone there. We are not in the hotel business as of now. But due course of time, if this trend continues, a lot of local employment and local wealth is going to get generated and will lead to certain level demand of other asset classes in real estate like commercial, like retail, like residential. For us, it's a little premature, but we are watching it. Let there be a sustained interest of tourism and local wealth generation and employment job generation, and that's when I think our job comes. For us, it will be premature. What there could be an immediate demand for second homes. Some developers have launched second homes there for people who live primarily somewhere else but would like to have a house maybe or a studio apartment in a holy city, but that again we feel that proof of concept is not there yet. So we would not like to rush just because the flavor of the season and the moment they are watching.
Okay, thank you, sir. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. The next question is from the line of Manan Patel, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Thank you for the opportunity, sir, and congratulations for launch of Interior Phase 2 and so the question is, in the calls you have mentioned that the land prices have also increased sharply and the landowners have increased prices. So in this kind of scenario, given we have a very strong margin profile, but in increasing land price scenario as well as the change in product that you mentioned here in the call, do we expect to maintain or improve margins? What is your view on that?
So as of now, our margins are not under pressure because along with the increase in land prices, I mentioned that there is a huge demand, actual demand of end users who want good quality housing and there is not enough supply. So one is we are able to pass on increased land prices and increased input prices to our end market and protect our margins. So we are not seeing any margin pressure as of now. The market is taking price increases in its stride. We are not facing any. At some point, it is going to resist, but as of now, the end product prices are increased in tandem with the raw material prices. By raw material, I mean raw land. So the margins are protected as of now.
Understood.
In fact, if you look at our quarter 4, our margins have increased.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Understood. And sir, last question is, so we have had potential land acquisition in this quarter. So I understand we have tied up for the funding of the project as well. So do we have enough balance sheet strength to fund more land purchases going forward?
We do have balance sheet strength as of our total debt at the moment, which is disbursed, is about 80 crores, and our debt equity ratio would be about 0.3 or something. Other than taking debt, one can always partner at SPV level with PE funds who are also keen to enter UP and Lucknow. For a long time, nobody wanted to invest in Lucknow, but we're seeing a lot of appetite from private equity funds, from AIS to invest, so one can partner there also. So access to capital and capital raising, I don't think we're constrained by balance sheet. We are only constrained by availability of good land parcels at reasonable prices, where we feel that we can launch reasonable products at reasonable prices at the moment. Balance sheet is not a constraint at the moment.
And the last question is, the remaining area that has to be sold in Imperial Phase 1, is it all related to EWS part of the project? Or?
No, it is not all EWS. In any project, as part of government policy, one has to mortgage a certain part of the project to the government bodies to ensure as a security for timely completion of the project. Once the project receives completion certificate, that mortgage area is released by the government agency for sale in the free market. So all the unsold area that you see not EWS, part of it is EWS, part of it is the area which has been mortgaged and will be released to you.
And so when you receive CC and you deliver the project, you will be able to sell that project in the market.
Yeah, that's right.
Got it, sir. Thanks a lot and wish you all.
Thank you, sir. Before we take the next question, a reminder to all the participants, if you wish to join the question queue, you may press star and 1 on your touchtone telephone. Ladies and gentlemen, if you wish to ask a question, you may press star and 1 on your touchtone telephone. We take the next question from the line of Priyam Shah, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
So thanks for the opportunity. I just have one question. So in your presentation, you have mentioned that you have some land which is you have set aside for the forthcoming projects, which is in the planning on the undisclosed location to the tune of 60.3 acres. So when shall we see some visibility in this? I believe this is a resignation process which you are exploring. When shall this visibility be arrived? Like it would be coming from the next financial year or how about it?
I think I already answered this question twice. I'll repeat again. These locations are still, we are still expanding our land holding there. The aggregation is still going on, and we hope to increase this 3.3 acres to some number, which will be closer to 100 acres. But the one thing we are very careful about is not to invest in non-contiguous land. So if we are not able to expand contiguously, then we are going to stop. Otherwise, this number is going to be much higher. We expect the land aggregation stage to get over in 4 to 5 months or maybe 6 months. And thereafter, it will go into the planning and approval stage, which will take another 5 to 6 months. If all goes well, depending on what kind of aggregation we're doing, then maybe towards the end of current calendar year, not financial year. So by December, I think one or two of these projects might get launched. Maximum, they might get launched by March. So we hope that at least 2 of these new projects might get launched in the December to March period.
Oh, okay. And thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir. We take the next question from the line of Kush Ganga from KPMS. Please go ahead, sir.
Hello. By when do you expect completion certificate for Eldeco Imperial Phase 1 and Twin Towers?
We are already applied in Imperial Phase 1, so it's going to, the government process does take its time. If all goes well, let's see, it may happen in March itself. If not in March, in April, I can't really put a timeline to it. It can be 55 days, it can be 65 days. But in the, definitely before June, India is going to come, and since our internal plan is to apply for completion certificate around May. So if we apply in May, maybe we'll get it in June or maybe it comes in July. I can't really. That's the overall time period. In the next 4 to 5 months, for them should come.
Sure. And what was our realization excluding in India phase 2 launch? If you have that figure, if you can just tell us. Average realization.
Manish should have that number. Manish, can you share that?
Yeah, sure. In Imperial phase 2, the average realization was 3,500 for the pre-launch phase. But this should go up significantly as we release more villa inventory and as we increase more price in this quarter for the inventory that is being sold now.
No. My question was excluding phase 2, what was the realization?
Oh, you mean for phase 1?
No, for all the other projects.
No. Manish is asking about Eldeco realization for in the quarter other than Imperial phase 2.
Yeah, so was our realization under pressure excluding phase 2 overall, or it was stagnant or grew? That is what I'm asking.
So it was quite decent. In the 79.14 crore worth of inventory that we have sold in the quarter, 54 crore is from Imperial phase 2. So if I remove that, I think 25 crore is from Latitude 27, and for that, the average realization is 5,100. Between Twin Tower and Imperial phase 1 villas, we have another 7-8 crore rupees, for which the average realization is 4,500 rupees per square feet. So for rest of the inventory, to answer your question, for rest of the inventory, the realization is in line with what we have been achieving on regular basis.
Sure, understood. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. The next question is from the line of Manan Patel, an individual investor. Please go ahead, sir.
Thank you for the opportunity again, sir. Sir, I just wanted to understand from the slide 13, ongoing project. For example, Eldeco Imperial phase 1 has 7.4 lakh square feet of project area and sellable area is around 3 lakh square feet. So, do we expect the balance to be launched going forward, or how is that? How to read that number?
Manish, I don't have the slide with me. Can you take it up?
Yeah. So 7,40,000 square feet is the land area. But typically in the whole of land area, around 40 to 45% plotted area comes out as the saleable area, which is why you see saleable as 3,05,000 square feet.
Understood. Okay. But thanks.
Yes, sir. A reminder to the participants, if you wish to ask a question, you may press star and 1 on your touchtone telephone. Anyone who wishes to join the question queue may press star and 1. As there are no further questions, I would now like to hand the conference over to Mr. Pankaj Bajaj for closing comments.
Thank you all for coming today and for your continued support. We hope that we give you good numbers in the coming quarters. We are very confident that we will. So have a good day and thank you for your interest.
Thank you. On behalf of Eldeco Housing and Industries Limited, this concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you can now disconnect your lines.